What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to episode number 23 of Ruin Arandama. Finally got a team together again for Ruin Arandama. You would have seen the squad builder a little bit earlier today. I'd just like to put in as a disclaimer right now at the start guys, if the audio goes a little bit weird, I apologise. It's because I'm using Elgato's live commentary feature. There was a brief issue with it in the squad builder where the audio dipped for like 1 second. I think I fixed that problem now, but we'll see throughout this. If this doesn't work out too well, I'll send some feedback back to Elgato to get them to fix it and patch it and whatever, and I'll go back to using my old method. But this just saves me about an hour's worth of like editing and rendering time by doing it like this, so it's pretty damn sweet. But here we go guys, the team we've got Diego Alves in goal, we've got Juan Fran at right back, Rami centre back along with Lucio. Left back we've got Balzaretti, there is Perlo, Xavi Alonso, Ozil, El Shaarawy, Muriel and Falcao up front. There's a lot of players in this team that I've never used before guys, and yeah, I mean we're playing in the Messi tournament, so there's a 7,500 coin bonus for winning. Should be pretty damn sweet if we get to win it. I'm hoping that the first round's going to be a bit easy because, you know, everyone's going to be trying to play this game. And there we go. Look at that for a team to come up against. That's what I'm talking about. I love that sort of stuff. Today, guys, I'm going to talk about Arsenal. I haven't talked about Arsenal for a long, long time. But we're going to, as you can tell by the title, Nepo for Arsenal manager. Let's start a trend. Let's start trending Nepo for Arsenal manager because we need to change things at Arsenal because Arsenal are currently a shambles. They're a pathetic excuse for a Premiership team. Last night they lost on penalties to Bradford, and deservedly so. Bradford were dominant in the first half, that's for sure. Arsenal came back real good in the second half and probably should have nicked a winner in extra time. But Bradford, very, very good money for their win. You know, you can't fault them at all. They completely, they did, considering they're a League 2 team, you know, they did a fantastic job. You cannot deny that at all. So yeah, that's where we're going to go. So basically, I'm going to talk about what I think Arsene Wenger should do differently to change Arsenal's fortunes. And the first thing I would do is change formation. Now, the 4-3-3 Arsene Wenger started using when Barcelona really started coming into their new age of football. When Barcelona started playing the tiki-taka football, they were playing it in a 4-3-3 formation, and Wenger did the same thing. He changed to that formation, and it didn't work. You know, Arsenal don't have the players capable of playing that sort of football. We don't have a team full of 11 or, you know, probably in Barcelona's case like 7 or 8 world-class stars. We don't have that sort of team. We don't have those sort of players. So we can't play that sort of football, and we're not. The Premiership isn't built for that sort of football either. Fail. Get that ball through. Yeah, so what I would do first of all is I'd change back to a formation that Arsenal know very well and were very successful with, and that's the 4-4-2 formation. Now, I mentioned that on Twitter briefly, and a lot of people said to me, what on earth players would you play? And this is the team that I would play. So I'd start with, obviously, Szczesny in goal. I would put Gibbs at left back. I think he's a much better left back than Santos, of course. Atrociously bad. Like I said, I'll play Gibbs at left back. I'd personally play Koscielny and Vermaelen in the centre. Now, don't get me wrong, Perma has been really good for us this season, but he's still not as good in my opinion as the other two. He's still prone to quite a few errors, and you know you need to be on that first-class defence hype. Look at that goal from Muriel. Boom, 1,100 coins for him, and what a goal! He's a beast. So yeah, so I wouldn't play Perma, and then at right back I would play Sanya. Jenkinson's a good right back, but he needs a lot of experience yet, and Sanya's got a lot of experience. Sanya is a good right back, even though he has like many a bad moment. But yeah, so I'd play him there. The centre of midfield for me is a really, really easy pick. I'd play Wilshere and Cazorla all day long. Most people will be like, what? You wouldn't play Arteta? I wouldn't play Arteta. Arteta's a great midfielder, don't get me wrong. How is that a penalty, ref? Come on. Arteta is a great midfielder, but he'd be the sort of midfielder that, in my opinion, you bring him on... Oh, wow, that guy's missed it. When you need to secure a game up, you know. So if you're winning 1-0, 2-0, whatever, and it's a tough game, change to your 4-3-3, bring Arteta on, play defensive. I think that's, you know, that's a better thing to do. For me, Wilshere's really shown himself recently since he's come back from injury. He had a few difficult games directly back from injury, but in general, you know, he's a fantastic player, you know, and he showed against Bradford and against West Brom just how good he is. Like he's a true a true captain in my book, in my eyes, and I definitely think he will get that Arsenal captaincy eventually. Look at that from El Shaarawy. What a goal. I definitely think he will get that captaincy, and he's awesome, you know. And Cazorla, you just can't leave out of the team. He's a playmaker. He reminds me a lot of Pires and Ljungberg, even though they both played on the wing. He just reminds me of like a playmaking midfielder, and I think he actually played right wing, didn't he, for Malaga before he came to Arsenal. So maybe wing is good for him, but I really like him as a centre midfielder, so I'd play him there. On the wings, guys, now the left wing for me is real easy. I'd be playing Oxlade-Chamberlain on the left wing. And as one of the strikers, I'd play Podolski. Now, there's two things that I would do after this. I really want Walcott to play as a striker. I think he would be a fantastic striker. I think he's got everything that you need to be a striker. He's got pace, he's got a good finish, and when he's in form, he's unstoppable, you know, with his pace and the things that he can actually do with the ball that he doesn't really show because he just never gets the opportunity or is just having a bad day all the time. You know, he's got it as a striker. So I would possibly play, oh, what a fucking shot. I would possibly play Podolski and Walcott up front. But that leaves Gervinho as the right midfielder, and I don't think Gervinho is good enough for Arsenal Football Club. He needs to be sold. I don't think he deserves a spot in the team. He's been really inconsistent pretty much since he came. You know, he has a few good spells of scoring a lot of goals, and then he has massive long spells of being not only bad, but like comically bad. Do you know what I mean? Like the football he plays is comical. It's unreal. You know, he needs to go. He pretty much just needs to go. So I would play, because of that, because of how bad Jerv is, I would play Walcott right midfield and Giroud up front with Podolski. I think there'd be a lethal partnership up front as well. I do think that, but I just want to see Walcott up front. So that's the team I would play, guys, and it's obviously missing out a few of the good Arsenal players, and I say good with an absolute pinch of salt. Looks like this guy might be taking his leave of absence right now. If that's the case, I will go on and play another match. Yeah, so that's the sort of team I play. But if Wenger's going to keep playing 4-3-3, he needs to change something within the team. And that can only be one thing. That's got to be the deadwood players that we've got have got to go. You've got players like Ramsey, Gervinho, Shamak. God, don't get me started on Shamak. What are these players doing in this club? Diaby, he's a good player and I like him, but he's never fully fit. He's always injured. He's always out of the team. He never gets a run in the team. He's a class act. He really is. But you need fitness. You need like consistency with your players, you know. And he doesn't give that. So, you know, we need to get rid of him. You need to get rid of Santos because he's just an absolute waste of life. Who else have we got that's really bad? And I mean like really bad, you know. Johan Juru on the wage bill does nothing for the team, you know. Like there's so many people. Oh my god. How has this guy made it through to the second round? Unbelievable stuff. Yeah, so that's kind of, I will get rid of the deadwood, bring in some solid players. Apparently we've been linked with Nani today. I would love Nani at Arsenal. I'm a huge fan of him. I was a fan of him before he went to Man United. I've been a fan of him since he's been at Man United. I think he's been one of those players that because he was in Ronaldo's shadow whilst Ronaldo was there, and then Ronaldo left, people expected him to be Ronaldo, you know, and it's never going to happen because Ronaldo's just on a completely different planet to most other footballers on this earth. So yeah, that's... If we do manage to get Nani, I think he could be a good player for us. And again, going back to like the whole 4-4-2 thing, you could play Ox and Nani on the wings, Walcott and either Podolski or Giroud up front with Walcott, because you might, you know, Giroud gets a little bit of credit just for the fact that he's oh wow, has he missed that? Just for the fact that he's a target man, you know, and we've missed that. But in terms of Arsenal, like, you know, we go and we do good shit at Arsenal for like a 4 or 5 game spell, and it gets all the Arsenal fans' hopes up. Everyone thinks, oh yeah, Arsenal got a chance of winning, you know, got a chance of finishing in the top 4, going to win a trophy this year, and then we'll go and lose to fucking Norwich and Swansea and Bradford, and it's just like, do you know what? This can't carry on. It has to change. It just simply has to change.
Well, that's a lovely piece of skill. Here's a shot. Well, as they say, put your laces through it, and he didn't really do that.
Well, he was a bit tentative
right.
the way he went for it.
he doesn't have money to spend. It's the board that choose to spend the money. And I don't think Wenger deserves to be fired. I don't think Wenger's done for this club what no other manager could ever have done, right? And let's not make any mistakes about that. That's an absolute fact. But Wenger doesn't have the money to spend because of the stadium that we built. Now, I think either next year or the year after in the Premiership, there's going to be a new financial fair play rules and regulations where you're only allowed to spend in the transfer market the profit your club makes in the season. And that's going to hamper a lot of clubs. Teams like Man City and Chelsea and stuff will be okay because they'll be able to sell a big player and then go and buy a big player. But there'll be a lot of clubs around, sort of, you know, the Spurs, the Arsenals, who are, you know, the Liverpools, the sort of like not quite the great teams, but the good teams in the Premiership. They're going to struggle to be able to afford to buy players because they don't really have anyone worth selling. And as much as that might hurt Liverpool and Spurs fans, it's true. It's the same with Arsenal. You've got a couple of players that are worth selling. You know, with Spurs, you got like your Gareth Bale, you know, great player, worth a lot of money. But would you want to sell him? You wouldn't want to sell him, would you? You're trying to build a team. So the fair play financial regulations are really going to change things in the Premiership. And it's going to be an awesome thing for Arsenal because Arsenal put themselves in such a strong financial position where in the next 2 or 3 years, once the stadium's paid off, we're going to be able to afford the big players. And at that point, I think Arsenal will start rebuilding. The only thing that I hope to hell in the meantime is that we can actually stay in the Champions League because that's vital to us. Oh, look at that from Falcao. Boom. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, it's vital for us to stay in the Champions League because if we don't, we can't afford to buy players. You know, the Champions League revenue is so important. Yeah, so Xabi Alonso doesn't even have 3-star skills. Okay, but he must have, surely. Anyway. So back to what I was saying. If I'm making valid points, let me know because sometimes I say things and I get confused because I'm playing the game at the same time and I don't really know what I'm talking about and I end up going off on a tangent. But so yeah, when the rules and regulations for the financial constraints come in, I think Arsenal will be able to rebuild a good team. And I don't personally think Arsenal are going to win anything for the next 4 or 5 years. But then I think Arsenal will enter a spell where we'll win quite a considerable number of trophies. We'll build a good team, we'll have a great stadium, and hopefully the team isn't damaged so much. Oh my God, look at the bend on that. Hopefully the team isn't damaged so much that we don't have the opportunity to buy big players. You know, hopefully we haven't like, you know, if we drop out the Champions League and go to like the Europa League and shit, not just a Europa League, you know, but not even necessarily making, oh hello, boom, that's a tidy little goal. But not even making it into Europe and stuff, then we're screwed, you know. Nobody's going to want to come and play for Arsenal, and we will be, you know, just be game over. Look at this touch, though. Boom. Thank you. Come again. Boom. I said boom like 4 times there. So anyway, guys, that's what I would do with Arsenal. That's how I would change Arsenal as a team and as a force. I'd change the formation, get rid of the dead wood, get some new players in, or breed some youth players, you know. That worked for us for a long time. But I'd get some experienced players from the Premiership in, or from the, you know, from the top divisions. Get those experienced players in, and hopefully build a team that can contend in the top 4 for the next 2 or 3 seasons, and then push on. And any Arsenal fan that thinks we're going to win the title or win trophies in the next probably 4 or 5 years, just crazy. You know, it's not going to happen. I mean, I say it's not going to happen. It could happen. It's just not likely that it.
Great chance.
Oh, God.
Oh, can he get it away here?
Yeah, so anyway, that's me done talking about Arsenal. Go on, Balzaretti. Look at that pace, son. But now let's talk about Ruin Arandama. So this account, I was looking for the 86 Messi.
That's a good pass. Well, they've got the ball back. Assistant looking very confident about that one. He flagged. Referee gave the offside. Possession given away once more. They've linked up well. Well, that was an opportunity.
I got an inform worth like 80k, but I didn't get anyone decent. Basically, over £300 worth of packs. I opened around 300 packs, to be honest.
There might be a break now for them. He's put him in here. He's got space.
What I was looking for. That's a penalty, ref. Oh, ref, come on. But yeah, but out of it, I did end up with like 2.1 million coins from what I did sell and discard and stuff, which is pretty sweet. That's a lot of coins, which it means I can build some decent teams for you guys again. What I'm interested to find out is, so this account before, when I was doing the squad builders on it, I had around 1.4 million coins or so, or 1 million coins or so, and around 1.5 to 2 million coins worth of players as well. So I had like the best part of 2.5 to 3 million coins on this account, right? And it got reset. Now, when EA fix their issues and like give people their compensation and stuff, I don't know how they'll decide how much compensation they're able to give people and stuff. But when they do give me the compensation, do they just give me compensation, or do they like reset my account back to what it was, or what? Because I don't want to lose the stuff that I've got on this account in favor of the stuff that I had on the other account. I want both accounts worth back together. And at that point, I'll have like around 4 or 5 million coins or whatever, and then I will go out and buy myself that I want. Because I want to use 86 Messi. I want to build squads around him. I want to. There's going to be so few on the market because he's only in packs for 2 days. But yeah, I think.
Added time here, 3 minutes. Lucio cuts it out.
Oh wow, Pirlo. Why doesn't Pirlo have skills? Do you reckon he's a 4-star skiller? I'd say. Xabi Alonso loves long-range goals. Not today though. So yeah, I've been pretty lucky against the 2 people that I've come up against so far. The first guy rage quit, and this guy, I'm quite surprised he hasn't rage quit.
Xabi Alonso.
Oh, that's some nice.
And here it is.
Oh, that's some terrible. That should be half time. That is half time. There we go. So half time, guys. 2-0. Second round of this tournament. Hopefully I get these derpy teams all the way through, because nice 7,500 coin bonus for playing 4 easy games. Can't complain about that. That's for sure.
What a carrot to knock out their opponents from this tournament.
Falcao. It does me proud. This is the first time, or well, because it's.
Great opportunity.
Oh, wow, great first touch, Alonso. He seems pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, he's picked himself up, and he's done well for his team.
Oh, Pirlo. Oh, what a shot. What a rocket from Pirlo off the post.
Bruno.
Where's that ball? Go, Balzaretti. Yeah. Have you guys been following the Kick TV tournament? So I played my first game against FIFA Tips. I actually made a reaction video to yesterday, as you see.
Makes a challenge here.
I put it up quite late at night because the Kick TV thing it's awesome, man. Like it's I don't know where I was going with that. Like kind of the structure of that.
Defender cut that out.
So the Kick TV thing is awesome. Like, you know, a lot of money on the table for the guys involved, and the fact that I got a draw against FIFA Tips. Like I said in my video where I was kind of my group reaction video. That I expect to win all 3 games, and to be honest, I do, and that's just because of my like competitive nature and my I don't believe that I'm bad at anything kind of attitude, which obviously is completely the wrong attitude to have, but that's just the attitude I do have. And I expected to beat FIFA Tips, and it was a real interesting game. It was a tough game. Like I was nervous, like you guys don't understand how nerve-wracking it is playing, knowing how much money's on the line and how much pride is on the line, you know, because it's like for the people that are involved, like you're up against other YouTubers, and this just like, I don't know, it changes things. It changes the way you'll look at how people play the game and how good you think people are, you know, like from what I've seen from comments, me, Japes, KSI, we seem to be the 3 people, as well maybe FIFA Rally and Goujon Daniel, the sort of main 5 people that keep getting said that you know you're going to win and stuff. And if that doesn't happen, like if one of us goes out early, or if one of us doesn't win it, or if somebody completely unexpected wins it, it will be real interesting for the community, and it will open a lot of people's eyes. Like I don't know, could you imagine if, let's say, like I don't get out the groups, like I've still got 2 games to go yet, and I've only got 1 point, so it's very possible that I don't get out of the group. And like imagine if Japes like loses all 3 of his games or something, like, you know, something absolutely mental. Like it's possible, it can happen, because FIFA's a funny game. You got to be on top of your game for FIFA, and for me, like I love Ultimate Team game mode. It's definitely my favourite game mode. It's been my favourite ever FIFA game mode. I guess maybe Clubs is on a level with Ultimate Team, but head to head isn't for me. I never play head to head. I don't like head-to-head. It's far, far too slow. It feels like a genuinely different game, which I don't like, you know. It's like I'm trying to play a new game, although it's the same game. Does that make sense? Have you guys played head-to-head enough and Ultimate Team enough to realise that? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Maybe I'm just making excuses, you know, and that's if that's what you believe, then that's fine. Maybe that is true.
Beautiful work on the ball.
Oh, come on, Falcao. Good boy.
Bit of ball juggling to keep in possession.
Oh, wow, that'd have been one of the greatest goals.
Bruno.
Probably not, actually. Scored the great. But, yeah, so playing head-to-head under that much pressure, and if you guys remember from VSG, I don't perform well under pressure. I genuinely don't. Like, when I'm under pressure, I don't know, I buckle. But when I was playing FIFA tips, guys, like I was sweating, and I don't mean in FIFA. I was actually sweating. I was nervous as it's too much for me. I don't like the pressure. I don't like playing FIFA under pressure. It makes me play badly. On top of the fact that I'm on Xbox and it's head-to-head and the controller and all the other excuses that I'm going to throw out there. Not that I'm throwing excuses out there because hey, I got a draw. You know, that's I didn't lose. Like that's
a good pass.
Wait, is that pretty decent? Probably not after my group stage. But yeah, I mean, a draw is good. And I've got... My next game is against Shane 3088. And it's got to be a game that I've got to win. You know, I have to win against Shane. If I lose against Shane, I'm out no matter what. Well, I suppose not no matter what. But it will be very, very tough for me to go.
Here come the cavalry to help him out. Fighting, and they're getting forward well.
Whoops, tried to do a scoop chip. Guess he doesn't have that available. So yeah, Shane's my next game, and picking up 3 points will be vital because FIFA tips against Weepeeler will be a real interesting game. You know, that could go either way. Get it. Ugh. Yeah, FIFA tips against Weepeeler, interesting. Very, very interesting game. Could go either way. For me, a draw would be the best result out of those two because then if I beat Shane... and those two draw, I'll be on 4 points. Weepeeler beat Shane, so Weepeeler will be on 4 points, and FIFA Tips will be on 2 points, which means I'll just need a draw against Weepeeler in the third game to go through. But if either one of those win, I will need a win against Weepeeler in the final group game. So I don't want to leave it to the final group game. Hopefully, I want to leave the fate in my own hands. Pretty much is what I'm saying. Hopefully, I can do that. But we're coming to the close of this video now, guys. It's going to be a bit long. I suppose about 25 minutes or so instead of the regular 20-odd minutes for the Ruin Errandoma. But thank you guys for sticking around and watching the video and all the good stuff that's involved and whatnot. I really appreciate your support and your feedback and all that.
Good ball. He's really strutting his stuff now. And some reinforcement.
Boom, near post OP. Falcao. So this team, by the way, for the guy that sent it in, Ultimate Rocker 4, this is a pretty decent team to use, I guess. I can't really pass judgment on it because I've not come up against the best two teams, to be perfectly honest. Like I said, the first guy rage quit. This guy's got pretty much a starter pack team, so I don't think it's fair that... yeah, I don't think it's really... it's fair that I pass judgment on this team against these two. This is like a 110,000 point team.
Cut it out. Good work.
Oh, Polo doesn't have that pace.
And here's a chance to get forward quickly.
Let's go get one. What? Ref? How is there a foul there? That's retarded, ref.
Given the foul.
Oh, wow.
Good reading of the play, anticipating the
oh, passing it to yourself because... Oh, yes. Nice little 1-2 there. Look at the space.
Change the direction of the play. Possibilities here. And he takes the shot.
Oh, I tried the chip shot. Didn't work. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for the support and watching the videos and stuff. And if you want to send in your team to me for subscriber squad builder, send it to me in a private message on YouTube in a foothead link. Thank you very much. Muriel there with a hat-trick. Perlo with the goal. Falcao with the 5-0 win. Dominant performance, as you would expect, that I had compared to the team. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers.
Until the next time.